Hello and welcome to my first ever favourites video, and that means it's the end of a month, which means it's the end of August sadly, which kind of is the end of the summer now here in the UK. It's been quite a nice summer here and there, we've had some lovely weather, but it's always sad when it feels like summer's coming to an end. But anyway, favourites is a positive thing, so let's focus on that. So this month my skin has possibly been the worst it's been the entire year. I think that had a lot to do with the fact that I finished my UK tour of Top Hat at the end of July, and also I started the blog, which actually meant that I was working quite hard because I was doing the blog during the day and then going to the show at night, and then sometimes going back to the blog at night and not sleeping very well, not eating very well, and generally being a little bit stressed and a bit tired. So that unfortunately came out in my skin as a bit of a delayed effect. So yes, as soon as the tour finished and I came home and August started, my skin just was terrible. It was more oily than normal, it was spotty, it was just dull and tired and generally yuck. So there are a few things that I did to try and help combat that. The products I've been using this month, my favourites, have reflected that. So what did I do to try and help my skin? Well, the first thing that I was using actually was pseudo-creme, good old pseudo-creme. Now this I carry with me all the time, especially when I'm on tour, obviously for reasons that it is so versatile. You can use it on a cut or a scratch or a burn or anything like that as an antiseptic, but also it's brilliant on spots. It's very simple, obviously it's very white, so it's not great for using in the daytime, but at night time I started using this almost as a bit of a mask all over the spots and problems that were going on in my skin, and actually did help start the process of healing those spots because they were sort of angry and red and nasty. So by using this, actually that did help. I know it's not probably for everyone because it's quite a rich greasy cream, but I found it just helped to take the edge off them initially, so that was in my favourites this month. So at first with my skin, I was just persevering with the same products that I was using when my skin was more healthy and a bit more even. So actually when I went to a Skinhealth event, which I've done a blog post on, so I'll link that below, I actually had my skin analysed, which was really helpful for me at the time because it showed that my cheeks were actually dehydrated, where I've probably been stripping the skin a bit too much with toner, trying to combat the oiliness, but my T-zone was still oily. So what I did was I tried to adjust the products that I was using to try and help my skin. So the first one that I changed into my skin regime was actually I picked up a Body Shop toner. Now this is the aloe vera range, and it's the aloe calming toner, and it's for sensitive skin. And it says comforting, conditioning, toning liquid proven to purify and soothe the skin. And I have to say that I really liked this. This was so simple, but it just helped give my skin an extra clean, an extra sort of purifying step before I applied my moisturiser. So I was using that particularly at night once I cleansed my face, but I could have used it twice a day because it's so gentle. Then I actually decided to do the same skincare for morning and night, which normally I wouldn't do, but because my skin was so all over the place, I thought I'd try and keep it as consistent as possible. So what I did was I applied my La Roche-Posay Everclar Duo on my T-zone only. Obviously this is going to help with the oiliness, the spottiness where, you know, I was suffering from extra sebum. And then on the cheeks I was using my Bioderma Hydra Bio Lager, which is a light, sort of very hydrating moisturiser for my cheeks. So I found the combination of those two products actually really helped to soothe my skin and restore a bit of harmony to what was going on in my face. So not only was I using a different skincare regime, I was also being much better at eating properly. So I think that has been a dual sort of battle to try and help my skin improve. So I was trying to have a lot more fruit and vegetables, try and cut down on sugar, cut down on dairy, but obviously make sure I've got calcium by having almond milk and coconut milk in my cereal and porridge and that sort of thing. And also trying to have more fish rather than red meats, and also just cleansing my skin by flushing out the toxins by having water. So lots more water, and that combined with the topical products has really helped, and my skin now at the end of August is 100 times better than it was at the beginning. So I have to say, you must persevere with these sort of endeavours to try and improve your skin. If you don't see it immediately, 1 week, 2 weeks, that doesn't mean it's not helping. Your skin is just taking its time to sort of renew itself, and you will see the fruits of your labour eventually. Just keep persevering. The longer you can do it, the longer your skin will be radiant and clear and healthy. So keep doing that if you're trying to do that at the moment. The other thing that I've been trying to use to help my skin is my Clarisonic, and I was using this quite heavily towards the beginning of the month. I was using it pretty much every morning or every other morning for the first couple of weeks of August, and I was just using that with my Neal's Yard Powerberry facial wash, which is a really lovely refreshing wash. It's got lovely berry ingredients, acai, bilberry, goji berry, rose hip oils as well, which help protect your skin, and it's quite anti-aging and nourishing. So this was quite good to have in the morning with the Clarisonic. Just one pump was enough. It doesn't get a huge amount of foam, but that's okay. You don't need to experience the foamy sensation to be cleaning your skin. So I was using that in the morning the first couple of weeks of the month, and then I've sort of slowed down, because you can sort of have too much of a good thing with these brushes and you don't want to over exfoliate your skin and irritate it. Obviously don't go anywhere near your eyes, and just be really gentle. And I only ever use the sensitive brushes, as the other ones can be quite hard. So yeah, that's what I was using, and again that has sort of helped buff up and exfoliate my skin as well this month. So at the beginning of this month my hair also was a bit in dire straits. It hadn't had a haircut for about 6 weeks, 8 weeks, something like that. As I've been on tour all around the country, I hadn't had a chance to get back to a regular hairdresser, and sometimes I'm a bit nervous about trying new hairdressers and salons out, because you know, you get attached to people that you know, and you trust people that you know to cut your hair in the style and way that you like. So yeah, I hadn't had a haircut, so the ends of my hair were a mess. They really needed a good cut, but while I didn't have a chance to get my hair cut at the beginning of the month, I just wanted to nourish the ends and yes, trying to use a product that's quite moisturising. So actually I was using the Nourishing Organics coconut milk range, and I was really liking this product. It smells lovely, really nice. You don't need too much as it is quite rich, but it's a lovely nourishing conditioner as well for my ends, as they were a bit split. So this has been the range that I've been using most this month, and yes, if you've got kind of dry hair or damaged hair, this is a really good product. If you have quite oily hair, I'd say it's quite rich, maybe don't go for this, or use it very sparingly, or maybe just use the conditioner on its own. But yes, I've been really liking this range, and I'd probably rebuy it, especially for the winter months coming when your hair gets a little bit drier. But yeah, really nice products. So this month I have been trying to actually avoid wearing a lot of makeup, which is such a rarity for me, because I'm always wearing makeup normally every time I'm going out, and obviously when I'm on the show I wear heavy makeup every single day, and you know, taking it off, reapplying it, and that probably helped contribute to the fact that I had terrible skin this month. But anyway, I had to give my skin some rest time, so I was actually wearing very little makeup. But when I did wear makeup, my skin obviously was still quite oily and was sort of going through a weird phase. So I actually avoided the liquid foundations, and I actually went for using the mineral foundation on its own, rather than with a liquid foundation underneath and using it as a finishing powder, which is what I normally do. So this was quite a different makeup style for me. I was really excited to try it on its own, and was a bit dubious, but was really pleased with it, and actually kept my skin much more matte than anything else I was using, even with foundation and powder on top. This I found was just made my skin happier, and I think if I ever go through an oily phase, maybe sort of, you know, time of the month sort of time when you get a little bit more extra oiliness in your skin, I'd definitely say I'll try and avoid using the liquid foundations and try using the mineral ones to sort of combat the shine, because it was quite extreme. I've reignited my love for the Clinique Airbrush Concealer this month. I actually haven't used this for quite a while, as I'm using alternative concealers, but I picked it up to use it for my bridal makeup tutorial, which I did with my lovely friend Tara, because this is the one that we used last year. So as a result, I've been using it more, and I have to say it is such a lovely concealer for under the eyes particularly, and I do get quite dark circles, particularly on the inside of my eyes by my nose, and that's a really great brightening one. It's quite fine, so it's good for under the eye area, but you can use it sort of over other spots and that sort of thing, but I'd say use a separate brush so that you don't sort of contaminate the actual brush in the container. So that has been a favourite this month. This month I've been leaning towards more pinky shades for my blush and lipstick, And this month I've been particularly using my MAC Fleur Power Blush, which is a really pretty rose shade, and it's also matte, so there's no shimmer or sheen to it, which is lovely, I think, as we're coming into the more autumny, wintry months. And yes, I think I've been leaning towards that more than the peachier shades, which I think I loved more in the spring and summer. Also, I think as my skin was a little bit more shiny, I didn't want to have more shine on my cheeks, so I think a matte blush is really good if you're trying to combat an oily complexion. So with that blush, I was also tuning that mostly with my Lancome Absolute Rouge lipstick, which is a really pretty shade. Again, it's rosy, so it matches that blush quite nicely, but it's a bit more sheeny, so it looks really pretty on lips. I'm actually wearing it today with a bit of a lip gloss over the top. So this is in the shade number 8, which is Rose Reflet, and I was wearing it in my Get Ready With Me Wimbledon video, so if you want to have a look at how that looks and applies, then check that out, I'll link that below. So those have been my main makeup favourites this month. So this month I've been wearing 2 nail polishes. The first half of the month I was wearing my Ciate Fair and Square nail polish, which is a mosaic nail polish, which is made of tiny little squares of silver, peach, pink, and those sort of pastely pale colours, which looks really pretty on the nails, and you can build it up from just a few little squares to really glittery, really mosaic effect on your nails. So I wore a base coat underneath just to even out my nails, and then used about 2 or 3 coats of this to build up a pretty sort of glittery effect, which is actually quite subtle even though it is sparkly. So the first half of the month I was wearing that, and I was wearing it in my bridal makeup tutorial as well, so if you want to see it in motion, that's where you can see it. The second half of the month I was wearing my OPI, my Dog's Lead is a Hybrid, it's called, nail polish, which is a lovely minty turquoisey pastel colour, which was really cheering me up on a rainy day. I did an Instagram photo to prove it. And yes, this looks really great on short square nails, so a nice neat manicure. This nail polish looks really great, and yeah, quite a fun colour for the end of summer. So this month I've been really enjoying Earl Grey green tea. Now this is the Twinings variety, and you can get it from other stores, but this is the one I've been having this month. And this is just amazing. I love Earl Grey and I love green tea, and so the combination is just brilliant. And I'll just have a little sip because I've got some here. Yeah, it's so light and it's still got that Earl Grey taste. And the nice thing about this is you can kind of keep the tea bag stewing for a bit longer than I would normally with a regular green tea, as it can get a bit bitter. But the Earl Grey, bergamot, citrusy kind of flavour really comes through in this tea, and it's still got the green tea taste as well. So I don't know how they've combined those two quite distinct flavours together, but it just works. So if you like Earl Grey and green tea, and really give that a go because it's absolutely delicious. The other wellness drink I've been really enjoying this month is simply having slices of lemon in hot water. I've also been combining lemons with ginger, and I find that has been a really lovely detoxifying, cleansing way to drink water and also get vitamin C into your body, which is great for your obviously immune system and also your skin. So it's been beautifying and detoxifying at the same time, and you can enjoy that all day with just hot water, but also in a bottle that you can take away with you and have cold water with it. That also tastes really lovely as well. Both those combinations I've been really enjoying, and I think help cleansing my skin from the inside out as well. So dance-wise, I've been having a bit of a rest this month as I've not been on the show, just to let things calm down, little niggles that I was getting towards the end of the contract because I was tired, which generally does happen when you are tired, little injuries and niggles do occur. So I've been having quite a bit of a rest from dancing, but I have been enjoying watching some dancing, and I was really thrilled to go and watch American Idiot, which is on at the Arts Theatre in Leicester Square, which is an amazing rock opera production all about Green Day, all the songs from Green Day, which if you're sort of a punk rock fan or you enjoy that sort of music, then I definitely encourage you to go because it's amazingly produced. The story is told completely through song, hardly any script at all, and yeah, the songs are just so moving and the story just works really well with the music, and yeah, I'd really recommend going to see that. The other show that I saw was Sinatra, which is a completely opposite show, and very interesting as well in terms of concept, because it's mainly projections and recordings of Frank Sinatra actually singing live back in the day, and you combine that with some incredible dancers, and it's a really entertaining show. The music as well is absolutely stunning. There's a full orchestra. I mean, I've not seen so many musicians on a stage, I think, in a long time, other than for a concert. So for a musical or a musical type show, this is a really unique type of entertainment. So if you love that kind of swing, croonery, jazz, and some amazing technical, beautiful dancing, then go and check that out as well. So that's the end of my favourites for this month, for August. I really hope you've been enjoying listening to the products that I've been using, and I have to say the ones I've been using have really helped sort out my skin, and also looking at nourishing my skin via drinks and diet as well has also really contributed. So yeah, that's what I've been doing this month. Next month I will be including a trip to Paris and rehearsals, because I'm going to be rehearsing Top Hat again, because we're taking the show to Japan at the end of September. So there'll be lots of related vlogs to all those things. So next month's going to be a really exciting time for the blog. So keep in touch via the website and Blog Loving, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook for more details. So see you soon.